my heart is, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge me, oh, but they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge me, oh, but they don't know.
You're seeing NFL players saying, over your shoulder. You are always trying to get.
Sanders, prime time weighing.
Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge me, oh, but they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L out of it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge.
Then we watch the narratives of
but they don't know.
Yes, sir.
Listen to this.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge me, oh, but they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L out of it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest, and I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah, and how good they judge me, oh, but they don't know.
morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Doing a quick sound check so we can get in this thing and get it going. Got a great stream lined up for us today. All right, let's make sure this is good. All right, we good. Let me shut this down so I'm not distracted. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, everyone. We got a great stream, a lot to talk about. We're going to have a good conversation today. Good conversation today, y'all. Good conversation. Let's get this thing started. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. Coach Prime did a couple interviews. He's been saying some different things. Last week, I didn't get to see the interviews. Watch one of the interviews over the weekend with Coach Prime and G. Bush. I thought some interesting things came out of that interview. I liked it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about now what content creators are trying to do when it comes to narratives surrounding Coach Prime and the Cleveland Browns. We're going to talk about that a little bit. You know, we got to talk about them Cavs winning Game 7 in Detroit. Shout out to Dan Gilbert sending like 1,000 Cavs fans up there on that 2.5-hour drive to go watch the Cavs win. So shout out to them. Also, I've been doing this thing for the last year on YouTube. I'm going to pull some receipts because things are no different than last year. This is fake outrage, y'all. These content creators have fake outrage, and we're going to pull some receipts. Y'all know how I do it. So sit back, get whatever you need to get ready for a great stream, great conversation. Just be ready, just be prepared, and just know we're going to pull some receipts. So let's get it. We're going to go to the top of the chat and greet everybody as they come in. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. On the way in, hit the like button. Hit that like button for me, y'all. We're going to greet everybody. First one in the box this morning, we got Toolman. Hello, family. Toolman, what's going on? Black Pearl in the building. Top of the morning, everyone. Top of the morning, Black Pearl. What's going on? We got Ivy League Mac in the building. Hello, good people. Cleveland content creators are writing articles trying to get views and attention. We do not care.
We don't care.
We don't care. Selmo Fudd, what's going on? Good morning to you, D. What a great morning it is in Cleveland. What's going on, Selmo Fudd? What's going on with you?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Selmo Fudd, how you feeling after that Cavs victory yesterday? It don't have to be close. It don't have to be close. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons, JB Bickerstaff. I sensed something in JB Bickerstaff response after they blew that 9-point lead and they harped on the foul call. To me, that was me seeing weakness in real time, calling it out in real time, saying, hey, your team blew this. You still had a shot in overtime. If you want to blame that call, you're going to be stuck. They were stuck. Even after yesterday's disappointing loss, he said he wasn't disappointed. He tried to spin it and say, hey, you know, I'm more proud of what these guys have done. Okay. All right. Whatever you got to say, man. Whatever you got to say. Good morning, Charmaine. Hardest working woman in Ohio. What's going on? Good morning, Miss Brown. Good morning, family, on this beautiful Monday. Good morning. CO7111. Good morning, all. Praying everyone is feeling amazing and thankful. I know I am. Hopefully everybody else is. Shout out to you, CO7111. Good morning, Tika.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
He didn't learn nothing. Shout out to Tika. She sent me something on TikTok a while ago. I'm actually going to play it for y'all today. Shout out to Tika. I appreciate you. Dr. Claude Marshall, morning to the best content creator, and he uses his computers as an old-fashioned chalkboard to produce facts. I like what you did there. Good morning, Dr. Claude Marshall. This is me, y'all. Let me find it for you. That's me when I'm doing my research. Shout out to you, Dr. Claude Marshall. Key Mathis spitting bars early today. Early with the bars. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre, is that your dough? Shout out to Key Mathis. Except your girl Key Mathis done crept through the door in my Snoop Dogg voice. Happy Monday, Off the Record fam. What's going on, Key Mathis? What's going on? 45-47. What's going on, Zedric, my dog? What's going on, man? Yo, good morning, good people. One more day. Yes. We have, what is it, OTAs? Man, the names of these mini camps and all that stuff be slipping my mind right in the moment. I believe it's OTAs. We got OTAs starting soon, so we gonna get back to some football. But you know what it is. What's going on, Zedric? Let's go here.
Cole, you stupid.
And then, of course, when it comes to these words that everybody keep talking about.
Nah, I just didn't care. And I said what I said. I'm not going to say it again, but I just don't care.
I just don't care. Derek Spinner, what's going on? Morning, everybody. Go Cavs. Hashtag New Cleveland. What's going on, Derek Spinner? Are the Cavs still soft? Do they still want to trade Jarrett Allen? I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Inquiring minds want to know. Are the Cavs still soft, and should we trade Jarrett Allen? Because that's what everybody was saying. That's what everybody was calling for. I even remember earlier in this series, there were content creators saying maybe Detroit has the better coach. Do you still feel that way? I'm just asking. Hey. I'm just going to be the one to ask the questions, y'all. I'm just going to be the one to ask the questions. I just got questions. Just questions. You know what I'm saying? Art Jizzle, what's going on? Good morning, chat room and OffThaRecordDee. Art Jizzle, what's going on? What's going on, Art Jizzle? Q, what's going on? I had to turn off that Cleveland content creators because another Cleveland content creator was disrespecting Prime name because he wants to meet Todd. What's going on, Q? I'm going to put receipts. I got receipts. This is nothing new. This has happened with other players. This has even happened with CU and the Cleveland Browns. It's happened before, y'all. This is fake outrage. I won't fall for the fake outrage. That's all we're going to have a good conversation today. We're going to have a good conversation. Good conversation. Where we at? Oh, I'm behind in the chat. Brent, what's going on? Can I pet that dog? Buenos dias, D in the chat. Brent, what's going on, man? How you feeling? What's going on? Hey, talk to him. Cleveland basketball. I'm sorry, A.M. Williams. I'm sorry, A.M. Williams. I'm sorry. Reading that article sold me on him having an opportunity, nothing more or less to read into. That's it, man. Just a lot of words until they give me something concrete. Until they give me something concrete, I'm not worried about it. D edited my comments. It's okay to call them clickbaiters. The truth is a defense for slander. You know, I try to keep it consistent with the content creators, but Clickbaiters works also. I'm with you. Cavs made the Pistons get the switch from outside on the tree. Go outside and get a switch. Don't get no little switch. And if you get a little switch, you better bring 3 of them because I'm going to braid them together. I'm picking up what you put down, Cedric. Snow and pollen in Ohio for 2 weeks. Oh, my goodness. I'm not ready for that. Do what you do to make sure your allergies is not going crazy. We went through real bad pollen down here probably like a month ago. Now my body is kind of used to it, but man, a month ago, struggling. Struggling. What you know about Tevin Campbell? Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. No more bad singing from me. That's all y'all get. You get one time. One time during the stream, you get some bad singing from me. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. Craig, what's going on? Good morning, Dean in chat. Craig, what's going on? What's going on? Cleveland content creators messier than Mary Kay. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Detroit banning Cleveland from this dispensary because they got smoked. Some of you said they smoking on that Detroit Pistons pack. Oh man, don't do them that way. Don't do them that way. Biggest news this weekend was Aaron Rodgers finally signing his deal. He ain't moving the needle on what the Browns will do this year. We ain't worried about nothing. We ain't worried about nothing. I feel the exact same way I felt last year when Aaron Rodgers signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just good enough to not go far in the playoffs. Just bad enough to not be able to draft a quarterback. They got Drew Allard, they got Will Howard, and Mason Rudolph. I guess they got it figured out. I guess they got it figured out. Miss K, good morning. Good morning, Miss K. Yes, that G guy, a.k.a. content creator, as usual, is talking crazy right now. According to him, Watson is ahead. How, Sway? Man, do I still got that one?
Relax. You ain't got the answers.
Bro, I'm asking you
You
a
ain't
question.
been doing the education.
They ain't been doing the education. They ain't got the answers. I'm not worried about it. Hashtag New Cleveland. What's going on, Derek Sminner? What's going on? He wasn't singing to no girl. Oh, no. Art Jizzle, it's too early. Art Jizzle, it's too early. It's too early. I wasn't ready. It's too early. It's too early, Art Jizzle. To the Cleveland media, look at all these rumors. Can't take it no more. That's a fact. That's a fact. Congrats, Cavs, but I have to root for my Knicks. It's all good. We understand. Your primary team is always gonna come first, so I respect it. I respect it. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Just make beating the Steelers more fun. I agree. I agree. Our Jizzle came in hot this morning. He said, "Hey, look, I'm just gonna call it how I see it. I will call it how I see it." Good morning, family. Hashtag New Cleveland. Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Where we at? There we go. There we go. Good morning, all. What's going on, Maurice? Good morning. What's going on? What's going on? All right, so I started a little behind, so I got to speed up. I got to speed up the process a little bit. Let's get going with motivation. Got some good motivation. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's change this. I got some good motivation. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Doggy Bone. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. Hope you're doing well, Doggy Bone.
Guys, we're the better football team. Yes, oh, man. We're the better football team. Yes, sir. It ain't close. This thing do not have to be close. Oh, man. It don't have to be close, guys. It don't have to be close. We got full control. We're going to get 60 minutes. Don't have to be close. We should dominate this team. And when we talk about killing that fly, we get send a message. We get ready to kill that fly today, guys, for 60 minutes. Don't let up either. No wasted drives. No wasted moments. Don't even let it be close, guys. We're the better football team. What's the matter with the team? T-I. What's the matter with the O? O-I. What's the matter with the D? D-I. Hey. Mailman. The mailman. Gotta go to work. Mailman. Gotta go to work. Man, see the snow. The mailman. Gotta go to work. We got a W-O-R-K. Work. I say all day, every day. Work. We got a W-O-R-K. Work. I say all day, every day. Work. Everybody go get some. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Hey. Football. You bet. Football. You bet. All the way. All the way. All the way.
I believe this is what Kenny Atkinson played for the Cavs before they played yesterday because they killed a gnat with a sledgehammer. They said it don't have to be close. Once both teams got settled into what the game was going to be, the Cavs just said it's not going to be close and took off. He just took off. The mailman got to go to work. Love it. Hey, got to go to work. Got to go to work. So I love this coach. I'm definitely gonna get to one of the games this year. Shout out to Chinnis Berry, head coach of the South. Let me make sure I said this right. South Carolina State. So I'm definitely gonna check them out. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Hey, coach. He don't play no games. I thought this was fitting. It seemed like this is what the Cavs heard before. This is what the Cavs heard before their game yesterday. So I had to bring it back. Also, shout out to Tika for this. Tika sent me this a while ago. And
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Tika sent me this a while ago. And I decided today was a good day to play it. Today was a good day. Let's see. Dr. John Henrik Clark was invited to a debate. His opening statement was, "My opponent is here to debate, but I'm here to teach." I like that a lot. I don't know what happened to Jalen. Jalen Duran this playoffs got some work to put in. He got some work to put in. When teams can force you to be uncomfortable, he is very dangerous when he is within 3 to 5 foot of the hoop. You get him at the 6 foot range, you just eliminate his offense. That's what you do. You eliminate his offense, and I think he just, he got kind of exposed of how dominant he is close to the rim. Once he goes one step further, it's curtains. Tika sent this to me a while ago, but I thought it was fitting to play now. Let's see. I want to make sure we get this from
being right too early is almost worse than being.
Let's see. Let's play it. Being right too early is almost worse than being wrong. Almost worse than being wrong. Let's see what he talking about.
Wrong, because honestly, I'm never wrong, but I am frequently early, and it's the worst because you already know.
Now, a lot of this I agree with. I don't agree with the I'm never wrong stuff. Just consider me like a good hitter in baseball. I'm right about 35% of the time. Consider me a good stock trader. I'm right about 55% of the time. Look at the president having a good approval rating 55% of the time. I'm not saying I'm never wrong. Those are his words, not mine. But I agree with the rest of what he's talking about. Asante, what's going on? What's going on, Asante?
What's going to happen. You know before anyone else. You talk about it, you try bringing it up, and nobody believes you. So you just have to sit there and just wait. You can't really say anything else because once you already bring it up and nobody listens, you don't want to push it too much. You don't want to be annoying. You don't want to bring too much attention to it. Let them figure it out on their own. You basically just have to watch it in slow motion. You see every step, you see every decision, you see every hint that it's going to happen, and you can't do anything about it. You can't avoid it, and you can't stop it. And then when it actually happens, because it always does, you can't even say I told you so. Even though you deserve it, you should be able to say that. You should be able to gloat a little bit and brag about it because you were early and you knew before anyone else. You can't do it. Because then it'll just look like you're happy it happened. So you just have to sit there quietly again and again, and your intuition is always right. And it just sucks because everybody only listens after it happens. They never listen early. They never listen when you tell them it's going to happen. They wait till it actually happens, and then they start to agree. And at that point, it doesn't even matter. It's already after it already happened, and timing doesn't matter. You could be 100% correct, but if you're too early, it doesn't mean anything.
Y'all know I feel this. Y'all know I feel this. Shout out to Tika. Shout out to Tika for this. Y'all are going to see why I played this later on. Later on. All right, let's go back to this view. Let's see. Let's take this down and let's take this down. Let's talk some Cavs, y'all. Let's talk some Cavs. They still want these guys traded? Donovan Mitchell, is he not the guy who can lead a team to a conference finals appearance? They still want Jared Allen traded. He's making $20 million a year. And my first question was, what do you get back if you trade Jared Allen? Because remember, you're getting back a $20 million a year player. Hey, I just had to ask the questions. Now they got a nickname for him. They calling him Game 7 Ja. The same guy that the Cleveland content creators wanted to trade.
Donovan, Kenny said that you guys won the force battle pretty handily tonight.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Kenny said that you guys won the force battle pretty handily tonight. Just what did it take coming out from the opening tip to set the tone and carry that the entire way through this game?
I think the biggest thing is just, a response from Game 6, right? I think at the end of the day, we did a lot of really good things for 3.5 games, right? And then Game 6 was a letdown, and ultimately it's just how do you respond? I've been saying to you that since I got here, right? It's not always going to be just, straightforward black and white. And, it was a little bit of a blow to us, how we respond, how we came out Game 6, but the biggest thing is we responded with force for 48 minutes tonight, right? Like, there was no life, especially in a hostile environment, but that was the biggest thing. Is just how do you respond and not letting the moment become too big.
And then I know that.
So in Game 7s, you'll notice both teams can kind of start out tight, and that's exactly how this game was. Both teams were kind of tight, missing shots early, and once they got settled in, it was going to be which team can go to that next gear once they're settled in. The Cavs got there faster, and they never let go of the rope. They made sure it wasn't close. They killed a gnat with a sledgehammer. They said, look, we are better than this team. It doesn't have to be close. And they proved that. Sanders got me rooting for the Cavs. Want them to take it all just because all the experts say they can't. Brian Windhorse, I remember you saying be careful because the Cavs potentially could be out in the first round. Man, you changed your tune a lot. Hey, it happens. It happens. Let's see what else they got to say.
You have bigger goals as an individual. I know that you have bigger goals as a team, but this is the first time that you have gotten to the conference finals. For you, what does this mean?
A breath of fresh air. But like you said, we didn't just come here that wasn't the goal when we started the season. Even last year, when we lost Indiana, we had our goals set on getting to the finals. And we're just one step closer. But yeah, it's been almost a decade of running into the same issue, right? Like, you know what I mean? So for sure, I personally and as a team, we can breathe a little bit, but in the same token, we can only breathe for about 12 hours and then get right back to it. So it's a balance. It's a blessing. God is good. And I wouldn't be here without my teammates, but we got work to do coming up for sure.
Hey, Jarrett. Kenny said that he had dinner last night with Dan Gilbert, and one of the things that Dan said was that you are the spark for this team. Mm-hmm. When you hear that coming from the guy who runs the organization,
right?
What does that mean to you, and what goes through your head?
It means a lot that the whole organization, even from top to bottom, has that level of trust in me. And he sent me a message before the game as well, just stating how important, how much of an impact that he believes that I can have on this game and this whole series. And it's motivating, especially when somebody like that, with that stature, has that confidence in me, and it gives me that extra push.
And Donovan, we've talked to Jarrett about
when an organization wants to win, it starts from the top with the energy they bring. Dan Gilbert hit him up and said, hey, we need you, man. Hey, we need you. He produced. He performed. Hey, we need you. Tika, I feel that way often, always early. You know what it is? As you start to see things play out, you like, I've seen this play out before. I've seen this play out before. And the funny thing is, when you were frequently right, people never ask you, how did you know? They just jump the conversation to, man, look what happened now. They never say, well, man, it took me a whole year to get to this point. How did you know a year ago? You would think they'll ask that question. The question that never comes is that one. Always good when the experts are wrong. Yeah, then you got to look at their title. Everyone is finally healthy. That's a fact. Arjizzle, I think he said lost to Tyrese Halliburton. I think that's what he said. Nah, he said lost to the Pacers. That lost to the Pacers. We still had goals of what we wanted to do. I'm going to treat this like the Cavs. I'm enjoying the win. I'm enjoying the victory. I got another I don't even have. Yeah, I got 12 hours. I got 12 hours. By 11 o'clock tonight, it's all about the Knicks. I won't be worrying about, what happened in the previous series, but I'm going to enjoy my 11 hours or my 12 hours today of what the Cavs were able to do. Shout out to the Cavs, and also shout out to all the people who didn't believe. Shout out to y'all. We needed y'all. Next, we got that Cavs topic. We got that pretty settled away. I don't think I'm gonna do a prediction for the series with the Cavs because, of course, I want the Cavs to win. I think that's obvious. Out west, you got the Spurs and you got OKC, and the Spurs are really in a position. They're young, they're athletic, they could keep up with OKC. I think it's gonna be a good series. I just don't know if the Spurs are ready. I don't know if the Spurs are ready. Out west, I'm going to pick 25% of me wants to go with the Spurs. 75% of me wants to go with OKC. I'm just going to make a decision. I'm going to go OKC in 6. I'm going to go OKC in 6 for the West battle. There are some organizations that the dysfunction is why they can't rise to the top. Browns are learning. They swung for fences and messed up. How they handle this failure will decide if we are competitive. I agree with that. Totally agree with that. Totally agree. Let's keep it moving. What we got next on the docket, y'all? What we got next? What I learned is I need to clean up while I'm streaming. So I need to get rid of some stuff I have running. Too much stuff running. Let's go here. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about stuff with Coach Prime and the Browns. And then whatever questions y'all present throughout the stream. But we're going to go here. Last week I was like, man, hopefully they have videos of Rudy and his energy and him bringing life. We might as well call it now. It's the earliest in history main event because the whole rest of the stream is going to be Browns related.
Let's get ready to rumble!
A lot of Browns talk today, but let's get to Rudy. Let's get some good energy. From Rudy. Let's go, Rudy. Talk to him.
Oh, there you go. Good. Now, how flat and lateral can you stay on me, right? Cool. Good. Nice. Good. Keep it tight base. Perfect operation! Base! Defense on the sideline. We are base! Perfect operation. Quick whistle. Great alignment, great key, great technique. Let's go. Good. Back in the huddle. Backers helmets on, everybody else helmets off. Here you go. We still finished. Hey, great job, but go get the ball. Go get that ball, man. It's on the ground, it's yours. Back in the huddle. Get ready for the next play. You got it? These next 2 periods, guys, let them play. Pre-snap, post-snap, let them play. Guys, coach effort, alignment, and running to the ball. Base, backers, bump over there. Bump over, backers. Good job. Get him back in your huddle, Just. Good job, guys. Good job. Now just watch your position. Good job. Hey, guys, when that motion comes over, that's a lock, I got him. This is what you train for right here. Finish time. You train for this. Finish time. Be at your best. Here we go. Coaches, you got them. Start.
The energy, y'all. How do you watch this and not get excited for what the Browns are doing? Don't get caught up in all of the other things that are distractions. Focus on what is happening right in front of you. Don't lose sight of that. I won't lose sight of that. Don't do it. Don't fall for the traps because they're setting traps. Remember I told y'all it's a certain group of content creators. Every 7 to 10 days, they are saying something crazy about Shedeur and things around Shedeur. Hey, it's been another 7 days, y'all. They back at it today. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't do it. All right, let's get to this. All right, so Zedric sent me this yesterday. And this is this is almost. This is. Wait, let me catch up. Let me catch up on the chat because this is NBA related. The Spurs and OKC are going to beat up on each other so much in the series. The next team they meet, Cavs or Knicks, may have an advantage. I can see that if it's a fast series in the East and it's a longer series in the West. I could definitely see that. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Donovan Mitchell. They said, oh, he's too small. Maybe he can't lead a team to the conference finals. Yeah, eat those words. Let's get Diggs. I think our room is too crowded. Our room is too crowded. If we were closer to maybe... our room is too... Our wide receiver room is too crowded to me to add somebody like Diggs. Diggs, at worst, last year was a number 2 receiver, not being fully healthy, coming off of the injury, playing about half the snaps. So, to me, I wouldn't add Diggs into this because I got young guys that I want to grow into the role. And if you add somebody like this, they're going to take so many snaps away from a KC Concepcion or a Denzel Boston. So, I wouldn't get Diggs. I saw some folks sleeping on him because he isn't Schwartz. It's all good though, man. Hey, if y'all don't know how I know about Jim Schwartz, to me, Jim Schwartz is a quitter once he quit on the team. So that's how I view him. So maybe he's not Jim Schwartz. Maybe he won't quit on the team. Maybe. Maybe they not the same. JC Smith Music, good morning. Off the record D and all the chat. Happy Monday. JC Smith, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Spurs and Knicks finals like 99. I would say it's probably a 25% chance that could happen. That's what I would say. That it will end up being those two teams. We got too much talent right now at wide receiver. We need a DB or a linebacker right now. Yeah, they're going there. I would be more open to going there, but I want to let the young guys develop. Good points. Diggs be acting crazy sometimes too, shaking my head. Yeah, that's why I would not be running to grab Diggs. I love Coach Rudy's intensity. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Schwartz wasn't a good head coach when he had the opportunity in the past. He wasn't. And then he quit on the team. So once you do that, I'm cool. We got a young team of Boy Scouts. Don't need anyone acting the fool or divas in that locker room. Yeah, I wouldn't add it. Felix, what's going on? Dang, I'm late. Stupid meeting. Happy Monday. Chat. Felix, what's going on? What's going on? Now, Zedric sent me this, and I just what they highlighted. I'm told he's hit it off with Todd Monken, who's got an offensive concept, some elements that Watson has run in the past and been his best at it. I'm told he's hit it off with Todd Monken. Look, y'all. Man, if you're not going to put nothing concrete on it, if you're not going to give me nothing that I can quantify, I don't care. If you're not giving me nothing I can quantify, I don't care, y'all. I don't care.
Nah, I just didn't care. And I said what I said. I'm not going to say it again, but I just don't care.
Give me something I can quantify. Don't just hit me with they hit it off. They hit it off. Did he not hit it off with other players on the team, or is this the only one? Because it seems like all of the players are viewing Todd Monken a certain way, the Todd father. So this is words. It's words. They're there. So I see this, and I'm just like, okay. All right. Stuff like this don't even really get a reaction out of me. I think it's more funny than anything because I thought that they would run a different playbook. This is the same playbook they ran last year. They ran this exact same playbook last year. They hyped up a quarterback who was on the Cleveland Browns only for that quarterback to fizz out. So, hey, man, they got a job to do, but it don't mean nothing to me, man. It don't mean nothing to me. This is what I was reading.
Have you ever had a dream that that you had you could do so you want to.
It's words. It's words. That's what I see, man. It's words. It's words. That's it. That's about it. That's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. We got concepts of a concept. Talk to him. Talk to him. Why wouldn't the coach hit it off with his players? Shaking my head. They are reaching. Facts. Nasty work. That's what I'm saying. So much noise, not any substance. Facts. Will you be talking about JTL? If you want me to, I would say it's simple. Let's see. Let's drop this up and let's take this down. I would say it's simple. Content creators, you have to determine what their goal is. You have to determine that. If they show what their goal is and you know what their goal is, then you have no reaction to it. So I'll give you a couple examples. Shanithia, what's going on?
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we going to read your super chats. Your voice is going to be heard. So, you got to find out what a content creator's goal is. Is a content creator working to start a business in front of you? Are you seeing other lines that branch off from what they do as a content creator? Are they starting a brand in front of you? Or are they just saying things to be just saying them to say them? So, in his case, what is his goal? His goal is to be paid by YouTube for views. It's simple. So, if your goal is to get views, you will do whatever it takes to get views. You might take shots at other content creators. You might use clickbait titles. You might stretch the truth with your thumbnails. You might even stretch the information you're giving out to reach and pull something in that's not there. Once you identify what their goal is, you know what they're going to do. Once you identify that, the best thing to do, I said this last week about ESPN Cleveland, the best thing to do is to not feed into it. Is no such thing as holding somebody accountable by reacting to their video. That's not how you hold somebody accountable. You hold somebody accountable by not giving it energy. You don't give it energy. You don't play what they said. You don't repeat what they said. You move forward. You move forward. So when I was talking last week and I was saying ESPN Cleveland, every 7 to 10 days they say something crazy about Shedeur, around Shedeur, so they can get more views. Do you think they're the only ones running that playbook? The media, their goal is clicks. Sometimes a content creator's goal is views. If they don't have any other, if they're not building a brand and building that brand out through other lines of business, if they're not working on that, if you click on their thumbnail, if you click on their any page, any social media page, and it doesn't lead to some other form of business based around their brand, their job is to generate views. They don't care if I'm right. They don't care if I'm wrong, because the views are what they're working towards. So hopefully that clears it up. That's why some of these people, I'm just calling them content creators, because I'm not going to bring light to what they're doing because I watch the game that they play. I watch the game that they play. I see the game that they play. If y'all notice, the content creators that people see now and they look at them and they realize, hey, they just playing us for views. If you notice, I just say, hey, I see what they're doing. You don't hear me talk about them. Hey, it's somebody named to start with a Q. I say, hey, man, that's for views. You never hear me talk about them. I know what they're doing. So hopefully that answered your question about the JTL thing. Hopefully that answered your question. If you're selling views and you don't have a real business around this, then you're gonna end up doing what it takes to get the views. That's what I see. Yeah, JTL was hating. At least he apologized. He was losing subscribers. Hey, he's still playing the same game to me. Apology or no apology, or if your goal is to get views, you got views on the front end, you got views on the back end. The loss of subscribers don't matter if the viewership is there. We get paid when you get the subscriber count is not what equates to what YouTube pays you for as a content creator. It's not subscriber count. Subscriber count is a notch under your belt. It's something that looks good. That is not what YouTube pays you for. YouTube don't pay you for subscribers. They'll give you a plaque if you hit 100,000. They don't send a check with that plaque. They send you a plaque. Subscriber count is cool. That's cool. YouTube pays for views. So subscriber count going up and down, that don't mean nothing. Even if people watch you and they're not subscribed, the view is more valuable. The view is more valuable. So got views on the front end, got views on the back end. If my goal was to get views, he was successful. Even if he went about it a way that I wouldn't go about, until people understand what game is being played, they're going to keep falling for the trap. So, hey, it's a trap. It's a trap. Just be careful. Do you market someone as your starter? What's going on, Aqib? Do you market someone as your starter to get people to buy tickets and to get your team rallied around that guy just then to have them at 2 on the depth chart? Is that good business, or have they told you who's starting? I believe they told you who's starting or who they would prefer to start. That's what I would say. They told you who they would prefer to start. I just dropped JTL and several others shortly after last year's training camp. Hey, that's the power you have. I use the number 2s for a reason. Hey, I'm picking up what you're putting down. To me, they've made it clear. Who they want to be their quarterback. Is just, people got a whole summer to make content. Do y'all remember I said in the summer you'll see who's creative? They got a whole summer of making content. So they got to hit you with a story here, hit you with a story there. I don't believe this. I'm outraged at this. I'm upset about this. I'm mad about this. They got to do something crazy on the thumbnail every trip. They got a whole summer. Talk to them though, Brent.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, trying to separate the truth from the lies. Thank you. Now that makes perfect sense. All good. I got you. It's illogical to Spock would say. Oh man, that's a Star Wars reference. I don't got that. Dude been on that, so I don't know why it's such a story. Facts. KC, what's going on? Hello, D and chat family. What's going on, KC? Y'all want me to show y'all something? I'll show y'all something. I'll show y'all something. People look to get triggered. That's a fact. Feelers. Let me show y'all something real quick. I know. I'll be the one. I'll show you something. Let me show you something here. Let's see. I like when we get to have these talks about what is really going down and what's happening in front of us. I like when we have these talks. I like it. Let me show y'all something. See, I think what people do is people look at one view. You got to look at cumulative views. Let me show y'all something. Let's go here. All right. I want to highlight something to you. It's tools that we have that we can use to find out what's really going on. And I just want to show y'all something. I want to highlight something for you. Because even though I don't agree with the person's approach, I'm just going to still call it for what it is. Let's see. I want to bring your attention to right here. 87 million with the M views. 87 million with the M. That's an M, y'all. That's an M, y'all. 87 million views. This channel was created January 2nd, 2021. Just over 5 years, 87 million views. I want y'all to know something. You are in the top 20% of content creators if you get 1 million views in 1 year. 1 million views, you're in the top percent of content creators. You get 87 million views, you are up there. It's a game within a game. We can think that people not getting the views or they not getting this, they not getting that. Okay. Okay. I just let you know. Okay. Find me how many channels got 87 million views in the last 5 years. I don't watch what he does. But I'm just going to go the numbers. These numbers don't lie. So if you see one video and you're like, man, that video got 9K, that video got 10K, look at what they're doing over the course of the channel and find me how many other channels got 87 million views. And remember, I don't watch him as a content creator. I know who he is, but I don't watch him as a content creator. But sometimes to have these conversations, I got to show y'all what the concrete facts are. I don't agree with the approach, but to say he not getting the views, that's not true. It's not true. And I'm not defending what he does. I'm highlighting what he does, showing you what he does, telling you I don't watch it. It's your choice if you watch it or not, but the views are there. So I can't, even if I don't agree with what he do, G Bush hit 500 million. I think check for SD. I don't think it's 500 million, but we can check since we're here. We can check. Let me see. Yeah. All right. 15 million. 15 million. This is cumulative. 15 million. So just because we don't agree what a person does, you can't take away the numbers from them. So it's right here. 15 million to 87 million. I'm not comparing them. Y'all asked me to look it up. I'm just letting you know. So when you think that still watching somebody's stuff is a way to stop them, it's not. That's only going to push them further ahead. So it's only going to push them further ahead. You control what you watch. That's why I had to make it plain. If you just keep going back to people and watching their stuff and thinking that's holding them accountable, it's not that. It's not that. That ain't the way to do it. Who keeps coming back or gets a memo but doesn't make for a visitor view? JTL, shame on him. Why can't we support our own? Just sad, man. Hey, I just accept it for what it is, man. I accept that, you know, people are going to use different tools at their disposal to do what they do. So I'm not once I identify what a person is doing, I don't have much emotion to it. I just accept it, and then at that point make a decision. Do I watch or do I not watch? If the power isn't watching and not watching, I just don't watch if I don't want to watch. So still ain't messing with him, apology or not. Hey, R-Jizzle, that's how I feel. Hey, R-Jizzle, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I can't wait for this party to start so we can see who's going to win this so-called contest. Yeah, I can't wait for the NFL season. I can't wait, Ms. Brown. I'm right there with you. I was warning an up-and-coming Shedeur supporter that they were beginning to clickbait their content. They did the right thing and stopped. Yeah, I'm telling you, you don't want to be in that clickbait category. You don't want to be there. I stopped listening to JTL a while. I stopped listening to JTL a while, especially when he was hating on Angel Reese and glorifying Caitlin. Plus, he went on Whitlock. That's a no-no for me. That's where the power lies. So y'all will see, it's people I don't mention. After that June minicamp is about to get ugly in these social media streets, they're going to have to sell their audience on a whole bunch of nothing for about 50 days. Aqib, talk to him. Man, it get real dry in July. 13 Pro Cow, what's going on? Monken is installing a new offensive scheme designed to highlight Watson's strengths and said he would not hand Watson the starting job. Outright. Yeah, I don't knock Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be going there and try to learn and try to win the job. That's what he's supposed to do. I don't knock him for that. My knocks on Deshaun Watson are, can he perform the way he wants to do based on his body? And I just don't think his body is, I don't know if his body's going to hold up. If I'm proven wrong about his body holding up, then I'm just wrong about it. But based on his body, I don't see it like that. I think his views picked up when he started talking about Caitlin Clark. Yeah. I spoke on Caitlin Clark one time and I saw what happened. And then I said, hey, Caitlin Clark, LeBron, and Shedeur are the most polarizing people in sports. I said it a year ago. And I said, man, I'm not playing this game. I stopped. Y'all know I'm a WNBA fan. My favorite team is the Las Vegas Aces. A'ja Wilson is my favorite player. Shout out to them. Good win yesterday against Atlanta. The point guard making the steal at the end of the game to seal it. So y'all know, man, that's my favorite team. But I seen where that was going, and I said, no, I'm not playing this game. I just learned something. I got you. G. Bush may not always get it right on UCSS, but he is not in the same category as JTL. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they're the same. I think they are going in two separate directions. I think she just wanted to see the difference in views. So hopefully nobody took that as me saying they're the same. I don't believe they're the same. If one person is doing it off of views and the other person has created other lines of business around their brand, those people aren't doing the same thing. So hopefully I made that clear. If I didn't, I just wanted to clear that up. Rage Bait gets more views than love and pays better. Tool man, talk to him. Dang. Yeah, that Keep Division Football is another Jason Whitlock. I don't know Keep Division Football. For me, I wanted to make sure that I give y'all my original thoughts on things. So I have to limit how much other content I consume. So in most cases, if I'm consuming content, it is in another genre. So I just don't take it. So I don't want to take people who are similar to me. Okay, let's see. You've got mail. Let's see what his real number gonna be. Okay, switch it digits. So he's number one. So Black Pearl, when you put that in Patreon the other day about what number Casey Concepcion was gonna be, he's number one. So that poster was right. The one that you sent us, he went to number one. I stopped watching JTL earlier in the CU days. I noticed how he moved and moved on. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Determine if you want to continue to watch them. Let's see. That content creator is a prime, no pun intended, example of that. And that is why she says what she says to trigger views. She is the prime content creator. I just don't like the guy's content. He came across my timeline. I checked him out, then blocked this channel. Hey, that's the power. That's the power you have, JC Smith. When did Monken say that? Let's see. When did he put this article out? Because to me, this don't really. It's just a bunch of words. But let's see. Let me find the article. Oh man. Okay, I'm not sure when Todd Monken said that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. People don't want to accept that Washington's body can't hold up anymore. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's his body. Like physically, that's a lot. Watson's like a common sense, and his creep actions I don't see as forgivable. You could be a bad person, still good at football, but I don't see him as a good fit with this young team. There will be no Caitlin Clark slander. Go Fever. Y'all saw what she did yesterday. I don't got no smoke for Caitlin Clark. I believe that sometimes there are people you can't speak honestly about without people just spamming your stuff. So it wasn't worth it for me. I made a decision. I'm like, man, I'm not getting a part of this conversation. Like, Caitlin Clark is not my favorite player. I watched the Fever on TV. That's about it. If they're on, but I'm like, I'm not getting into this. I'm not getting into this. I'm gonna focus on football. I don't watch I think the competition will be over by the end of the vet minicamp. What if Watson has to miss a few days because of all practice? Can he catch up? Talk to him. We saw that happen last year. That happened last year. He don't got that many videos either, Big Dog. Yeah, that's why, man. Hey, look, I'm just going to show y'all what it is. I just had a conversation, but I just put it out there. That content creator. Yeah, that's what we got to call him. If y'all notice, I'm eliminating how much I even say these people's names because I know what they're doing. I wonder what made him switch. How do we know that what he said in the article is even true? We don't. We don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true. We don't know when he said it. If he said AI, we don't know the context of the conversation. So that's why I just said, man, that's just words. I said that's just words. So I don't focus on that much. Rashida, what's going on? Good morning, Off the Record family. D, good morning. What's going on, Rashida? You can't speak honestly about Clark or Reese though. I'm telling you, man, what the discourse what it turns into, I was like, man, this ain't even worth it. I was like, this ain't worth it. I was talking about the NBA last summer, or WNBA last summer. I was talking about their negotiations last summer. I said, man, if I speak about the WNBA, I'm gonna stick to the team that I enjoy watching and my favorite player, because whatever else they got going on in these other pockets where you just have a conversation, I'm like, man, I'm not doing this. JTL needs to be blocked, but so does ESPN Cleveland, 92.3 fans, UCSS, Sandwich K, etc. JTL is not the prime offender. Now that's the conversation right there, Ivy League Mac. That's the conversation right there. Always push the narrative. On Caitlin Clark, there's a lot of media hype. She can play, Reese can play. Some of that stuff is just women being women and the media taking things and making tornadoes and cups. Sky is falling noise. I agree. And I saw that. And I was like, I'm not jumping into this. Just getting off my first gig. Okay, get to the money, Rashida. Get to the money. Analogy. Shedeur and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. have a lot in common. Trying to follow in footsteps of dads that are legends. Media screwy and hate because of it. Yes, I agree with that. They be killing me when they say that they have sources, though. Hey, they heard it from somebody, so I guess it's a source, but that don't mean I got to believe it. Following her last year, it took a few games to really find her rhythm. Angel will be fine. Yeah, if y'all notice, if y'all hear me talk WNBA, I straight up talk Las Vegas Aces and Angel Wilson. I don't even get into the other stuff because until the playoffs because people don't really want to have honest conversations. And I just avoid it. We got next on the docket. Okay, so we got let me not say good. This was a great video by Press Room Breakdown. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. Let's get it up on the screen here. Let's see. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. Y'all know I like Press Room Breakdown. This was a great video. Go check him out. Press Room Breakdown is the channel name. He's going to talk about the narrative that was created last year. So listen to this.
Around him grow louder and louder. So we decided to test what many people are already feeling. We analyzed all 17 Cleveland Browns rookie minicamp press conferences from the last 2 draft classes. We evaluated every single question using the Press Room Energy Scorecard. Winning energy builds forward, neutral gathers information, and opposing energy introduces pressure or assumptions before the player even answers. Here's what we found. 16 of the 17 press conferences graded as winning energy. 1 press conference stood apart from all the others, and it wasn't even close. The only rookie who graded as opposing energy was Shedeur Sanders. This graphic tells the story. Most rookies were asked about learning the playbook, earning a role, and adjusting to the NFL. The focus was overwhelmingly on football and development. Taylon Green and Dylan Gabriel both received overall winning energy press conferences. So this isn't just simply about the quarterback position. Before we look at Shedeur, let's listen to what a typical rookie press conference sounds like.
I know it's early, but getting out there and working with Denzel and then thinking ahead to working with some of the veterans later on this summer, what do you think about your skill set, about your game is going to complement this offense the most?
I'm very, versatile. I can play pretty much any position on the field. And, after the catch, it's electric. I get the ball into my hands. I'm trying to go score. So
I want you to notice the themes: versatility, growth, and opportunity. The room is centered on football. Now let me show you what made Shedeur's press conference different. Listen closely to the framing.
Shedeur, you have incredible popularity. You're just starting your career and you're immensely popular. Why do you think that is?
On the surface, that question may sound harmless, but it doesn't exist in isolation. Across multiple rookie press conferences, Shedeur's popularity and media attention are repeatedly framed as potential noise, distraction, and tension.
Why do you think?
That response is telling. By Shedeur asking, "What do you think?" he appears to recognize the frame and refuses to validate assumptions he doesn't accept.
Can you see how it would be hard for someone like Dylan to share a quarterback room with you given all of your popularity?
Think about the assumption built into that question. Before he even answers, the possibility of tension has already been introduced. These are not standard development questions. They frame Shedeur as a distraction, a problem, or a storyline that has to be managed. This is what opposing energy looks like. The narrative is established first, and the player is forced to respond to it.
I just live in my own perspective. I don't live in other people's perspective of how somebody would feel over anything. I don't feel any type of way as a person in anybody's situation. Like, if it's something I like, it's something I respect it. I don't have any type of negativity or hate in my thought process. So I don't know how to answer that question, truthfully.
Perfect example of the way they pose questions to a Dylan or a Taylor Green, Casey Concepcion versus how they pose questions to Shedeur. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown for doing this. If you haven't seen this full video, go check it out. It's called "We Analyzed 17 Browns Rookie Press Conferences. Only one was opposing energy." What we were seeing and feeling in real time, it was true. It was real. It wasn't something, it wasn't a figment of our imagination. People were trying to say, they were trying to gaslight you and say you're reading too much into it, but the way they formed the questions showed their true intentions. So this is another reason why I call these people content creators. This is why You could write for a newspaper and I can call you a content creator because you're doing it for clicks. And people saw it. So shout out to Press Room Breakdown. This is why I don't say these people's names. And I try to limit saying their names at all. So that's the reason. Another reason I should say. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. Definitely go check them out. Y'all know I like Press Room Breakdown a lot. Let's keep it moving. We got next. Oh, we got some throwbacks, y'all. We got some throwbacks. So early on, y'all saw the video that Tika sent me. And I kind of spoke on, I kind of spoke on, dang, I didn't even subscribe. Let me subscribe to. I kind of spoke on being early, and people never come back and say, oh man, you was right about that. So I just go back and show y'all. Just got to show you. Marie, what's going on? What's going on?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Good morning. Blessings, everyone. Happy Monday. What's going on, Marie? Marie, you were right. When I was reacting to the words, what I read about Coach Prime's interview, I was like, man, I got that way wrong. Shout out to you for correcting me because I definitely got that wrong. Me and Debo from Debo and Joe did the same thing. So shout out to you. I put a mental note in my head and I said, as soon as Marie jumps on the stream, I'm going to let her know that she was correct. So shout out to you. All right, let's go here. All right, so this is a throwback. I'm saying don't believe the lies. And I said this a year ago in the moment, and I just want to play this for y'all. Actually, when this came out, May 3rd last year, a little over a year ago. Man, his interviews had to be terrible. You're hearing all these people say the interviews were terrible with no concrete evidence because they were never part of the interviews. You saw Brian Daboll, when questioned about it, say all of his meetings with quarterbacks were productive. Another thing that the Giants did, the Giants went and met with Shedeur again and had another workout with him very late, like the last weekend that they could before the draft. I believe it was on that Sunday, which that was their last meeting that they actually did. Todd McShay reported, I believe it was 4 or 5 days prior, that Shedeur wouldn't be going to the Giants, he wouldn't be going to the Saints, and that Shedeur had these bad meetings. So right there, we already have a crack in the armor of the interviews were just so bad. If a person, so I used to do interviews, did a ton of interviews. I used to be a recruiter, high volume recruiter. If the interview was bad, there's no reason for us to have a follow-up interview. The interview was bad. You didn't get selected for the position. You go your way, I go my way. So if the interview was so bad with the Giants the first time, why did the Giants continue to meet with Shedeur? That's a crack. That's one of the reasons why I would say, okay, I can't just believe that the interviews were bad. So we've heard more since Coach Prime has been doing interviews, and Coach Prime is saying they lied. Other people are saying, hey, they prepped him. They have real GMs who do these roles, prep them. He was ready. I called it out because I knew that just being part of a lot of interviews is certain ways the interview goes. You know, hey, this is going good, this is going bad. I cannot find a time where an interview went bad and I followed up and did another interview with that person. In the thousands of interviews I've done, once I identified that, I was like, oh, they're lying about this. And it's not something that's quantifiable. So I was saying it a year ago. That Mason Graham question, the microphones asked was crazy. Yes, further along in Press Room's breakdown video. They just showing what their true intentions are. You don't get no pass D. I consider you more intelligent than Debo. You know what it was? I didn't watch the video. And remember I was saying I didn't watch the video? I was going based off what Marie typed out, and I didn't watch the video. So I watched the video over the weekend. So I give myself the buzzer for that. I was off. That's the difference. If I'm wrong, I just hey man, I was wrong about that. I tell y'all. So I was wrong about it. Watching the video, it was definitely a metaphor. It had nothing to do with his actual any type of injury he had to his back or back stiffness or anything. So I just let it happen. I just tell y'all. I tell y'all. I just tell y'all. I just come out and tell y'all. I come out and tell y'all. Deebo was ready to throw hands. He was like, well, we gotta go to Cleveland. I'm gonna show y'all that part because he was he was not for it. He was not for it. The crazy part about it is Coach Prime ain't gotta expose them. They've been exposing themselves the further we get away from last year. That's a fact. The skeletons are just flying out the closet for real. Where is Dayball now? Funny you ask. It's another clip I'm going to show y'all where I was saying the stuff about Dayball. It never happens. There was something personal and destructive there. OD, you're talking about when Deion said he saw the marks on Shedeur's back, right? Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I got it way wrong. So I was calling out the lies in real time. This is kind of why I played y'all that TikTok earlier. It doesn't matter if you're right in the moment. People got to hear somebody else come out and say it. And then, I could say I told you so, but then if I say I told you so, it's going to look like I'm trying to bully people. So what I'll do is I just pull a receipt and say, hey, look, this is what I said. Let's keep it pushing forward. What we got next? We got another one. Coach Prime addressed this in an interview as well, of them believing Coach Prime was going to take their job. Well, this was me a year ago addressing that. So here we go.
Get better. You're always trying to do better. It's not just Coach Prime that can come take your job. If you coach the Browns, if you are Kevin Stefanski, win 3 games this year, you don't have to worry about Coach Prime taking your job because it's not going to be your job. If you Brian Daboll, win 3 games this year, be in the same position to get a high draft pick, you're not going to be in that position no more. So you don't got to worry about somebody coming in and take your job. This is one of those situations where, I think that people have different levels of experience. So there are certain fields where you have to perform. And if you don't perform, you are out. If you are a contract worker, you have to perform or you are out. So those people are already looking over their shoulder because they know it's a reality that they could be out of here. So that's just another layer that I think sometimes people who work in positions that are inconsequential on a day-to-day basis, they think it's some form of or extra layer of pressure that Coach Prime is going to just magically come into the NFL and, he's going to take somebody's job. He's only taking somebody's job if that coach doesn't produce, if that coach doesn't perform. So you just be real with it. And that's no different. Think about quarterbacks. Think about quarterbacks changing teams this offseason. Think about coaches getting fired. Think about coaches getting promoted. Think about coaches leaving. That's part of the business. This is when you have people speaking on things that they don't fully understand, and it shows in their first response. They work in a field where performance is key. So that layer that people are thinking that would burden just the everyday person, it's not burdening them because they wake up with that burden. They have that burden every day. They work in.
So it was funny Rashida mentioned Brian Daboll because Brian Daboll was one of the coaches that I was talking about when I said, if you are looking over your shoulder and you think somebody can just come take your job, it wasn't your job. If you don't perform, it's not going to be your job. Brian Daboll didn't perform. It's not his job to protect. If you look at Kevin Stefanski, he didn't perform. It wasn't his job to protect. He was out of there. So I was saying this a year ago saying, hey, this is a flimsy argument that people are trying to bring up and say this is a reason why somebody wouldn't perform. If the idea that somebody is going to take your job is something that'll force you not to perform, it wasn't for you. It's also something else. Coach Monken said, the Todd father said, if you can't handle people talking about you, you're not meant to be a head coach, offensive coordinator, or even a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I'm not saying anything different than the other people said. I just identified it in the moment, called it out in the moment. Some people will wait, and now they hear Coach Prime say, man, those was lies because we prepped Shedeur. Well, it was signs where you could see that they were lies early on. Oh, Coach Prime going to take my job. He can't take your job unless you fail. So maybe you already see the failure coming. Maybe Brian Daboll saw the end of his run as the head coach. Maybe Kevin Stefanski saw the end of his run as the Cleveland Browns coach. And at that point, they just a sitting duck. Sitting duck, waiting to be thrown out. Sitting duck. So I got one more for y'all. Well, let's see. Let's catch up on this. Cam Ward got to deal with him. Yeah, Cam Ward got to deal with Brian Daboll. I believe Daboll started those lies about Shedeur. The Giants organization was torn about Shedeur. He wanted Dart. The front office wanted Shedeur. The lies was to justify him wanting Dart over Shedeur. I've heard people say that, and I would tend to agree because look what happened. Look what happened. It's not going to be your job. Hey, no lies detected. No lies detected. This is me a year ago saying this. Hall of Famer Eric Dixon said that the NFL was teaching the Sanders family a lesson, and they had no idea it was coming. That's why in the moment I kept shutting down whatever narratives they were saying. I was like, man, if you just ask one more question, it will expose this a flimsy argument that people are making. Someone was close to them, knew, and didn't help either. Could have been Tom Brady. Zed, that man was ready to travel to Atlanta to see about Kevin. Yeah, wait till we get to Deebo. He was ready to go. One thing we know is that Deion knows who started the lies, and one day we will all know when they put out the 2 for 100. Yes, I remember he said that. 2 for 100. He said keep it 100 and about what happened to 2. I remember he said that. They're going to be nervous. Daboll is happy because it was said he won a war, but the Titans would have moved off Arjiza and wanted too much for if they did. Yeah, but now he not calling the shots. He not calling the shots. Daboll isn't stable as a head coach. Nah. I've heard Shedeur say, I have heard Shedeur anything say about time since the draft. It's just Maya. What's going on? What's going on? Crickets. All right, I got one more for y'all, and then we're going to get to some more other things. Let's go. This is the last one. Now, another thing that everybody's trying to make a big deal about, they're trying to make a big deal about Coach Prime meeting with Todd Monken. And in 2 different ways, I'm going to show you that this is a non-story. So the first way I'm going to show you is going based on what happened a year ago. Let's play it.
In on a daily basis.
I have not. I don't know Deion well. I don't talk to him. Pat Shermer's on the staff there. I talked to Pat. I know Deion has a great relationship with our organization, which is important. They're doing an amazing job at Colorado. We had a bunch of their front office, quote unquote, personnel people come in this week to meet with our front office and do some exchanging of ideas. So we have a great relationship with their program, but no, not speaking to Deion on a regular basis. Really not speaking to.
Now, they wanted to use that as a gotcha moment. So are y'all seeing why I'm pulling these clips from a year ago to show y'all? Where was the issue last year when Colorado sent people to meet with the Cleveland Browns front office? Our organization, but not me. Hey, they like them, but you know what I'm saying? We figured who won that battle. We figured out who won that battle. So anybody who is trying to turn Coach Prime meeting with Todd Monken into a story, where were they last year? Where was the issue last year? Where was the problem last year? If you didn't have no smoke and you're a content creator, you had no smoke last year, man, miss me whatever words you want to say now. Miss me with it, y'all. They had no smoke. No smoke for it last year. I'm not falling for it. It's not going to work on me. This is an example of why I always break down what the coaches say. If y'all ever wonder why I always break down what the coaches say, this is an example why. This is an example. Even the one who didn't like his son confirmed that they were in the building a year ago. So if they were in the building a year ago, all these content creators who write for different, I don't even want to call them newspapers no more because they're online, but write for all these different newspapers, I will just keep it simple. Where was the smoke a year ago? Don't come to me with the smoke this year. Where was it a year ago? Y'all see it. This was 3 microphones ago, y'all. This was 3 microphones ago. Look at that red microphone. 3 microphones ago, I was speaking on this. 3. Look at the microphone, y'all. 3 microphones ago. So if you want to know why I don't need to react to the new stuff that the content creators do, because I know they are doing it for clicks and attention. That's why they're doing it. Q was here earlier, and he said now the content creators are taking exception with them coming here. Well, where was the smoke last year when you actually had somebody passing notes directly to you in the hallway about what was happening? Where was the smoke last year? They went on a radio station and said this. They asked a question. He put this out there. Where was the smoke last year? If you didn't have no smoke last year, what we doing, man? Don't talk to me this year. Don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about it. I told y'all we talking a lot of Browns today, y'all, and we got to go back. This is still up. This is still up on my TikTok. 3 mics ago, that's a new timekeeping method, for real. Different ways that you could track when I did something. You could look at the microphone. You could look at the background. You could look at the headphones. You know what I'm saying? You could look at all of it. And that's how you know how old it is. Because I don't like wearing big, bulky headphones like that. So, hey, check it out. Yeah, and why didn't Kevin Stefanski talk to Deion about the QB they drafted? Because he didn't want that QB. He didn't want that QB. He didn't want him. He didn't want him. Hopefully y'all see. I got y'all. So what I've been doing is I have been posting videos. I've been posting videos which are longer, which are about 6 to 8 minutes of key points from my live streams, and I've been dropping them at night. So this will be a post that I drop. I'll drop it 2 ways. I'll drop this clip again because I have the clip. I'll release this clip again, and then also I will drop this portion of this live stream as a video that people can react to. This is what I'll do. I'll put it out as a video as well so y'all will see it. I'll put it out there so y'all can see it. So this is what we do. Coach Prime is a black man, and they feel like, how dare you stay in your place? That's what they want to say. That's what they're trying to say. I didn't see that interview last year. I'm glad you have it, D. Post it again. I got you. When I heard that, I was like, focus on these, Stefanski. Being a Browns fan is tough enough to have to be chasing every smoke and ash that the social media keep it real, keep it positive, stay on task. Facts. Sometimes I will just come back and show these things because it was no smoke in the moment. It was 0 smoke in the moment. 0. So if you ain't had a smoke last year, why you got the smoke this year? Let me grab this real quick. Let's go here. All right, let's do this. Let's take this down. Let me add this in.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Tiger 84704 for the super chat. Let me get it up on the screen so I can show y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. We got it here. Thanks for being yourself, putting in the work, and staying authentic instead of chasing clickbait. I appreciate you. It's times where I avoid doing the clickbait stuff. I'll even tell y'all something. Today, I wasn't even going to use Coach Prime on my thumbnail, but it was too much I was talking about Coach Prime to not put him on the thumbnail today. But I even made a separate thumbnail where I wasn't even going to use Coach Prime as a thumbnail today. That's how much I think about not ending up in the spot as a clickbaiter. I had a whole separate thumbnail. Let me show y'all. We here. I just show y'all.
instead of talking about it, I'll just show y'all. I had a totally different thumbnail that I created that I was going to use. And I was like, man, this is too much talking about Coach Prime not to use this thumbnail. So it's stuff that I do. Let's see. It's stuff that I do to make sure I am not, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff that I consider shady. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's the other thumbnail I got? Let me show y'all. Where's it at? Is it here? Made 3 thumbnails last night, y'all. Let's see. Let me find it. We doing it live. I'm sorry for the dead space, but I just want to show y'all, like, I actually think about what I'm putting out there before I put it out there for people to see, because I don't want to end up in that spot. Okay, I got it. This is the thumbnail that I was going to use, and I was hesitant to use it. This was going to be my thumbnail. I wasn't even going to put Coach Prime on there. But I spoke on Coach Prime too much today to not use Coach Prime as a thumbnail. So these are those steps that I take to not end up as a clickbait content creator that I know it's not something y'all will see, but I do this because I respect y'all time. I respect y'all tapping in. I respect y'all support. These are the steps that I take to make sure I don't end up as a clickbaiter. These are the steps, y'all. So I end up changing the thumbnail, but shout out to y'all. Thank you, Tiger84704. I appreciate it. It's stuff that I do to make sure I don't end up in that spot, because I don't want to be titled clickbaiter. Once you're a titled clickbaiter, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. So I appreciate you. Thank you. D about to have his research stolen. I guarantee that a content creator is going to have this clip in their video. Hey, it is what it is. I told y'all. I just create the wave. I'll let them ride it. You know what I'm saying? I just create the wave. So that's how I look at it. I went through all the stages of it. You know what I'm saying? My first stage was like, dang, you just going to steal from me? You ain't going to say my name, say I inspired your thought? I went through that phase. Then I went through, man, that's whack. You know what I'm saying? How you just steal somebody's work and, you know, you don't give them proper credit. Then I got to the phase of, if you got to wait for me to do the work, you always in second place. That's the point I'm at now. I just create the wave and let them ride behind. So I don't feel no type of way about it now. What T.I. say? Never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you sweat. This is what infuriates me about former players like Deebo who don't do their homework. They talked about Coach Me with Monken like it was a brand new topic. It gives fuel to the microphones. I agree with that. Question, do we suspect that the Cleveland Ivy League Mac is going to make sure, he said, look, man, use my title, man. Don't be editing my stuff. That the Cleveland Clickbaiters know that they have become the content. Do we suspect? I suspect they know they have become the content, and I think they're taking it further. With saying crazy things and doing crazy things so they can get people to react to it. That's what I believe. I believe that's what they're doing. Hard work being a content creator. See the stuff going up at all hours. Hey, yeah. I'm working. I'm trying to get more content out there. I'm trying to up the output of how much content I get out to y'all. So hopefully y'all see it. I got content that now that only goes out on X or IG. I got longer form videos that only go out on YouTube. So I'm really trying to push more stuff out to y'all. I'm working. So true. They talk about him like he wasn't that guy. Speaking on Deebo and Joe. Most of those vets are clowns. That's why they are broke within 3 years of retirement. Ooh. Gut punch. Gut punch. I don't think they care, to be honest. I think you're in the Guinness book as the fastest chat room typer. Yeah. Black Pearl be on top of it. Let's see. Let's get this here. People that clickbait because it's their only source of income. Jizzle, thank you. You're picking up what I'm putting down. If you notice earlier in the stream, I said, if a person is using, if you go and they don't have anything attached to their brand, views is their job. Their job is to get views. I'm not saying that to diminish them. I'm just saying that to give you all some tips and some pointers on how people end up doing certain things. So content creators end up being faced with a decision. If I don't have a brand, the next best thing I can do is push these clips. Get these clips. I got to get the clip. So that's what they do. Let's go here. Let's make this like this. Let's do this. Voila. Go here. And shout out to Marie.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
And let's go here.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Marie. D, we know that you're not a clickbait content creator. It's okay to put Deion and Shedeur up because you bring real receipts and have integrity. You're good. Great work. Put it out and hype and run it up. I appreciate that because I just show y'all like these are the decisions that I'm actually making, that I'm going through. Like I'm like, so I actually think about it, and I'll make 3 thumbnails because I'm telling you, I appreciate the fact that people watch me and they know that I'm not playing a game or wasting your time or doing it for clout and doing it for views. So that's why I'm telling you, I really be thinking about it. And it was like towards the end of the night, and I'm like, man, I gotta change this thumbnail. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to you, Marie. I appreciate it. Then they are bigger fools than I thought because the first rule of their trade is to never become the story. More evidence. They're just clickbaiters. They are clickbaiters. You're right about that. D, your authenticity shows and we can tell. Keep up the good work. We appreciate you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Black Pearl. Thank you. Thank you. Jizzle, I agree with you. I do. I think it's corny to do the clickbait thing. That's why I'm telling you, I never want to end up in that spot. Never. When I was younger, I used to type for a living. Oh, it's showing. Because Black Pearl be like, another one. Since that is exactly what I was thinking, because D deserves the views. I appreciate y'all. We will hype and run it up. I appreciate y'all. That dopamine high, and some live off that all good press is good press. Take the main microphones. She ignores what most say about her and keeps doing her thing. She getting attention, and that's what matters. That's it. You got to know what game they're playing. Once you recognize what game they're playing, then you can identify it and determine if you want to keep looking at it, talking about it, or feeding into it. But I definitely appreciate y'all because I never want to end up in that clickbait. But shout out to y'all for just saying, hey man. Hey, when you talk about Shedeur, you talk about Coach Prime, run it up. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right, let's get to. All right, they got 2 different things here, but let's make sure I got the right video. Let's get to Deebo and Joe.
Man, Deion Sanders said his son Shedeur went through hell during a turbulent pre-draft process and rookie season with the Browns. This man said when he takes off his shirt, I see the scars on his back, that he's been through hell. But he's made it through hell. A lot of things that was said, it bothered me, but it didn't bother him. I just wanted the opportunity to get on the grass and do his thing.
Deebo about to crash out, Joe.
Yes. Yo, I'm misreading this.
He about to crash out.
What's good? When he takes off his shirt, I see the scars on his back.
I see the scars on his back. He's been through hell.
But he made it through.
But he's made it through.
I don't even know.
He's saying that people was talking trash about. He's not.
This is not a real thing.
It's not literal scars on.
Oh, bruh. I'm like, what the hell are they doing over there, bruh?
Deebo say,
bruh, this is
reading
the
this
worst.
No.
Like, this is the worst.
He's talking about my son take off his shirt and I see the scars.
Like,
not
scars
real.
on your back, bruh. That's like slave with a whip type words, bruh.
He's like
Django.
speaking. Yeah. But not literally. Not literally.
Bro, I was about to lose it.
I know, for sure. Trust me. No, you thought they was laughing? No, sir. Oh, he the been pulled up. Come on, Deebo.
Bruh.
Okay. What? That whole spot would have been. Come on, Deebo.
Right.
They ain't really smacked. Oh my gosh. Come on.
That's a little much. That's a little. I don't know, Prime. That's a little much, bro. That's a little much. We gotta reword that. Oh, scars on the back, man. We gotta reword that.
They talking about his son.
I understand that,
crazy.
bro, but I ain't never seen somebody put some scars on my son's back, bro. I had scars on my back, bro. Real life scars in a fight, like with 4-5 people, bro. Yeah, that's a real thing.
They tried to jump up on you. No. 1,000%. Oh,
yes, bro. Like that's real.
Okay. No, Deebo, trust me, I feel you. But I'm letting you know, he was speaking in between the lines.
Okay, I got you, bro. I was trying to figure that one out for a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, you good.
I'm like,
brother.
Hey, man, we might have to go do something. We might have to go on over there, bro. Like, we might have to, I might have to go ahead and see what Stefanski was talking about, man. Like I ain't, bro. I know it. Listen. You can't say that, bro. And not, you know what I'm saying? That create a whole different thought in your head, bro.
Yeah. See, yeah, yep. You know.
Listen.
Yep, he wasn't.
He was about to crash out. He like, no, calm down. Calm down. It's not what you thinking, man. Calm down. I saw how slow Deebo was reading it. That was his mind working, trying to process it. And he just was like, he was not getting it. If you notice how slow he was reading it, he was not getting it. Good thing Joe got him together, man. Say, hey, calm down, man. Calm down. Let's catch up on the chat here. I had to play that. Where we at? We need to talk about the substance of what Prime was talking about because he is the current event, not the clickbait, disinformation crap they be focusing on and clip things out of context. I agree with you there. So the Cavaliers are still in the playoffs, yet the Cleveland media keeps writing about Shedeur. Everybody needs a Shedeur story. D, I'm a little behind in the chat because I paused responding to something you highlighted. At SMU, Bucky got crapped on really bad, and a coach admitted it to Bucky after the season. I believe it. Because, Coach Prime said this one time, and he said, I'm not suiting up anymore, but players act as if they're playing against Coach Prime, and they do that when they're playing against his children. And he understands it, he sees it, and he calls it out. So I totally get that. I agree, but D is breaking down the game because a lot of people still don't understand the Cleveland media clickbait hustle. They don't get it. And that's why I was like, last week, I broke it down more. Obtuse, for sure. It went right past him, Miss Pamela. He lost. He was lost. I definitely laughed because I saw that Deebo was about to crash out for sure. He was really close to clashing out. PK and family of Hall of Famers. Players and family of Hall of Famers catch hell for no reason. Yes, because they always want to set the bar to your family member, your dad, your uncle, your brother. They always want to set the bar there instead of you just playing out your career how it goes. So that was a real reaction, though. That was his real reaction. He was reading it slow. He was looking. He wasn't getting it. He was about to crash out. Real close to it. D, I'm too old to fall for the okie doke. I don't take it from the NY market. I'm not listening to the speaking media. Yes. And if initially I just said, you know what? I'm not going to play the media on the stream. It's no reason to. But then it was still a lot of people asking questions centered around what the media said. So then I said, okay, we got to approach this a different way. Let me show people what they're doing, what their goal is. So then we don't even got to react to it. So I don't even go looking for it. And then people won't even ask questions about it because they're playing the game. And every time we say these people's names, we're keeping them in the algorithm by reacting to their videos. I think I said this comment to Laurie, who watched one of the videos. It's not holding somebody accountable to react to what they say that you don't agree with. That's not holding them accountable. You are doing work for them when you do that. Holding them accountable would be not mentioning it, not saying their name, or not breaking it down. So we just see it different. It's very accurate. I agree. That was very accurate. Joe like, nah, calm down, bro. Yeah, he like, calm down. We ain't got to reword because you can't comprehend. Facts. Hey, you wasn't picking up what they was putting down. Deebo had flashbacks. He did. Joe said the whole spot would have got blown up. For real. For real. Deebo, this is not a real thing, is it? It took him a while to get there. No, if it ever got physical to Sanders and got to lift a finger, it's some people out here ready to get some stuff off their chest. That's a fact. So it don't even got to go to that. Where the chat just jumped? Let me see. That's the craziest pod, cuz both of them dudes off. Yeah, sometimes Joe be having to catch up. Sometimes Deebo having to catch up, but they always have me rolling. So y'all notice I still react to them from time to time. As a dad, you see your son hurting and go through things. It's hard not being able to do nothing, but be proud of him for getting through things as a man on his own, and you see the growth and change. Tool man, very, very, very good point. And you just reminded me of something. Coach Prime was very vulnerable in that interview with G. Bush when he said he felt helpless because Shedeur wanted him to fix it, and there was nothing he could do to fix it. To me, that was a very vulnerable moment. And if you don't have kids, if you want to know that feeling, look at the breakdown I did of when Gerald McCoy was speaking about asthma and how him having to take his child to the emergency room because they can't breathe and him feeling helpless. So it's like you're willing to do everything to help and fix the situation, but it's nothing you could do to fix it. It's helpless. That's the best word I could use. Is you have a helpless feeling, and Coach Prime was very vulnerable in saying that. Very vulnerable in saying that. So it's a helpless feeling, and I don't wish that feeling on any parent. Not one. Even if it's a person that I don't agree with their stance, or I don't agree with what they talk about, or I don't agree with what they do. I don't wish that helplessness on them. Because it's not a feeling. It's not a feeling that you want to see people go through. So thank you, Tool Man. You just reminded me of that part because I definitely want to speak on it. Deebo slows molasses. Yeah, he was slow. He was behind. Deebo on that juice. Deebo needs to have Google Translate into pre-K next time he reads. Not pre-K. Break it down for me. Coach Prime talking about those invisible knives marks from scouts, GMs, head coaches of the NFL. They lifted Shedeur to knock him down. Facts. Deebo was green mauling. Toolman D responded by pulling up clips of everything he's been saying for the past year, basically showing he already called it way before everybody else started talking about it. Yeah, just putting it out there early. D, sorry, but when I watched this, my first thought was, you must be kidding. Or are you seriously reading this for the first time, not being prepared on subjects that add fuel to the fire? Do y'all remember, I said this a lot about Unc and Ocho, and I said, they're not doing any research on the subjects they're talking about. I'm like, just little bits of research. And I was like, they're missing key points in situations because they got a producer. These are the hot topics we're going to talk about. Y'all see, as much as I research stuff, if I talk about something I haven't researched, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I was out here. I wasn't as bad as Deebo, but I was out here just as bad as close to Deebo. I'll say that. I needed to give myself the buzzer when I reacted to the words without actually watching it. So y'all have heard me say like, oh, that's a lazy take, or this person didn't do research. That's why I'm saying it, because when you have a voice
that people are going to give you some credibility because you played in the NFL, to not even watch the interview and then speak on it. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I get your sentiment, Shanithia. Kudos to my frat brother, Coach Barry of South Carolina State and a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Rue. I don't know if I said the Rue right, but shout out to Mr. Barry. I definitely want to check him out. Metaphor, my brother. Metaphor. Facts. Wait till next year with Arch Manning for that double standard to be front and center, and Shedeur will probably get a Super Bowl before him. Talk to him. Deebo was ready to throw down. He was. Agreed, it was a modern day buck breaking tactics. I thought it was notable that they reacted to everything, but when he was vulnerable, I was surprised that nobody has highlighted that. I was surprised that nobody highlighted that because they weren't watching for the right reasons. They were watching to get something negative from it. I agree. I may have missed it, but normally Nightcap grabs all the Shedeur content. Did they speak on the interview or did they avoid it? I would have to go look. I didn't watch anything pertaining to Nightcap. I haven't watched them, so I'll have to go look for Wednesday's stream. Facts. I love how we got Shedeur's back, and they hate it. They hate it. Zedric, the interviewer, didn't understand the comment or the moment either. Don't take nothing. Take the news of the Monken hire. Yeah, they didn't know. They didn't know what was going on. And I think it was one of those, like, people with children understand how vulnerable Coach Prime was. I watched the interview. I still remember Coach Prime said, I never said this publicly. He leaned in to when he was about to say it, and he said it. That was a super vulnerable moment, him acknowledging that. And people just, nobody talked about it. And I was surprised. That was the thing that stuck with me the most from the interview, was Coach Prime being vulnerable, because we see Coach Prime confident. We see him with his swag. We see him with all of who he is, his accomplishments, being proud of majority of his children, graduated from college. We see him all in that sense, but to see him vulnerable like that, that was the thing that stuck with me the most, because I don't know if I ever seen him vulnerable, even when he was battling cancer. In the clips that Bucky put out, the videos that Bucky put out, he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting through. So that stuck with me because that's the most vulnerable, I believe, or I can remember I've seen Coach Prime. So Arch better focus on this season. I agree with that. Because Prime's vulnerability, because Prime's vulnerability conflicts with the narrative that he is egotistical and arrogant. I agree. I'm talking about you, D. What I do? Don't nothing take the news of the Monken hire. Oh man, don't. Art Jizzle, why you bringing up old stuff? I don't even remember what happened. Art Jizzle, I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened, Art Jizzle. I don't even know what you talking about. What you talking about? What you talking about, Art Jizzle? You talking about when I was up here melting in front of y'all? Don't nobody remember that. That's old news, man. That's old news. Whenever Coach Prime writes that book, I'm getting it just to see how he handled the reveal of some of his supposed friends in the media / former players. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing how he views that. High tech, buck breaking. High tech. Prime is always bigger than life, and that's the weakest I've ever seen him. Yeah, that's what stuck with me. But it's one of those situations, if you're going to talk about it, the only way you can talk about that and be honest and transparent, you have to be vulnerable about it. That's the only way. What we got next? All right, so we got the arena breaking it down. I thought that breakdown was pretty good. Yeah, Craig, I don't know what he's talking about. Craig, I don't know what he's talking about. Craig, what are you talking about? You know what he's talking about, Craig? I don't know what he's talking about. Let's get to Aqib Talib. Let's talk to him.
I feel him, man. It bothered me. So I know it bothers his dad. He ain't my son. I'd be pissed off if it was my son. I mean, you a projected first round pick at one point, and then you go to the 144th pick, like with no physical attribute problems. He's not 5'10". He don't got little bitty hands or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't got a lazy eye or something. He can't see out of his front eye or whatever it is. He ain't got in no trouble off the field. Like, but he just, boom, he just dropped. Is it his arm talent? Like, it can't be his arm talent because he had 70%, he completed 70% of his passes as a junior with 27 touchdowns, 3 picks. Then he come back as a senior, complete 74% of his passes with 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. Like, it can't be that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he not a leader? We see he a leader. He done won everywhere he been. Then you just drop. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like how he was treated. He too confident, he too cocky. But when Baker do it, they love it. when Shedeur do it, they don't like it. He fall 5 rounds. Like, it's just bullshit. It's still bullshit to me. And if it was my son, I'd probably make it worse for him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I'd be saying all kind of shit and pulling all kind of cards if it was my son, you know what I'm saying? So I just like how he handled it. I like how Prime handled it. Because I'd be super pissed off. You know what I'm saying? At this point, my son may be streaming with Shiloh. Fuck it. Fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get the money a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I commend them for how they handle it, how they handling it, and just keep handling it that way, man. Because it just wasn't right, in my opinion. None of it was right.
I like how Aqib was keeping it real right there, saying, look, if it was my son, I know I wouldn't have handled it that way. Saying it would have been worse. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have been calling everybody out. And I think that's the part that people forget. We're human beings with real feelings that go through things. And people act as if when their children are in these situations, they wouldn't crash out too. And I think that's a weak way to approach it, because people will crash out for less with their children. For less with their children. I've seen people's children be in the wrong and people crash out. So you know they would have crashed out. So shout out to Aqib, keeping it real. Keeping it real. I appreciate his take here. Let's catch up on the chat and then we're going to listen to more. We're still 3/5 to some of them. That's a fact, Maurice. Arch can lay another egg and they still will draft him number 1. I agree with that. I must vent. You mentioned Prime's illness. The media did not care about how Shedeur was dealing with his dad's illness and Kevin's rejection. I agree. They just act like it was nothing. They act like it wasn't real. And if you ever had anybody close to you go through any type of major surgeries, anything related to cancer, you know how things change for them. You know how it changes for them. So for him to handle everything he's dealing with, plus what his dad is going through, and they act like it wasn't a real thing, and they just look past it like it didn't happen, I think that's a weak way to go, because if something happened to someone in their family, they would want all the empathy in the world. And they had none of that empathy with Shedeur. None of it. They just act like it didn't happen. And that's just weak to me. That's just really weak to me. Really weak. Prom used to say, I believe in Eli even when I did it, but the Giants treated Shedeur like trash. Shaking my head. The Giants set back. The very thing they feared, they expedited. Shedeur's influence is bigger. His brand is bigger. And his fan base is bigger. Buck breaking failed. Facts. They made him bigger. This is the thing. If they would have just let it play out, it could have just went how it went. But instead, they did him so wrong that they have flipped the switch in people, that people are riding to a totally different level than they probably would have if he would have just got a fair shot. Because now the people who was talking crazy, the people who were saying the crazy stuff, they're going to keep hearing it. They're going to hear receipts going to get put on them forever because of the side they chose. So they did this and it failed. So shout out to you, CO7111. What about all the stories that says Schwartz will be the next head coach?
Ivy League Mac. I just said, hey, tell me what they've been right about. Tell me what the content creator's been right about. And I'm talking about the content creators who say they got sources in the building, who write stories blindly about sources in the building. They all said that Schwartz was the head coach. They all said that. Schwartz not the head coach. Schwartz not even still on as the DC. So when I say go back and look at what they've been right about, if they ain't been right about nothing, why we listening to them? Why we listening to him? There go Arjizzle again, bringing up old stuff. You two wasn't no help. No, it was a few of us in here crashing out, but it's okay. It's all right. All-time record at 74% in that season. Number one. It's stuff they don't want to talk about, Maurice. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. Where we at? We're gonna leave off at. What I love is that Deion content humanized Shedeur even more. It re-energized his fans and gave the microphones no real content. It was great. And what they tried to take and make content, what they were trying to do to use content of saying, oh, now Coach Prime wants to meet with Coach Monken. Where was they at last year? Nowhere to be found. So don't make it an issue this year. No, these commercials kicking my butt. Every time it gets flowing, it goes mute and some Android game noise. Not the Android game noise. No. That's another that be ready to risk it all. Yeah, Aqib, he's ready. Hey, look, my son wouldn't even be there. That's also let you know how advanced Shedeur is. Facts, because he just went through it and didn't complain. He didn't complain. They've been grasping at straws all year and want us to believe Watson is starting. Facts. Look at their track record. Facts. Stephen Wonder can see the NFL wasn't right. Ray Charles agreed. Talk to him, Keith Hunt. That's why he said he feels he's bulletproof. I thought that was a great thing to put out there to say, look, what y'all tried didn't work. What y'all tried won't work. Shedeur has a chip on his shoulder to motivate him the rest of his career. I agree with that. It's a matter of Shedeur's civil rights at this point. I think Shedeur is head on the right. I told y'all my approach on how I'm going to do it. I'm just not going to give life to the content creators who are playing this game. I fell for it a year ago, and I openly told y'all I fell for it a year ago. Even the clips I showed y'all, it was content creators that I don't discuss now. So I fell for it a year ago. They're not going to give me this year. I was wondering not renewing my season tickets because of the way the NFL treated Shedeur. It was not right. It was not right. I love hearing him say he's not focused on the off-field brand. The brand is on the field right now. Brand got to match the game. The Dom story was the most impactful. He turned him into a person. You got to treat him like a person. I tell y'all, we real humans out here. We humans out here. If he would have gotten drafted in the second round, there would have been some chatter, but not outrage. They took it too far when they let him drop to the fifth round. It was too obvious. Talk to him, Black Pearl. Way too obvious. Way too obvious. Hi, Shedeur. My name is Todd Maranovich. I was drafted by the Raiders. I play for USC. I'm proud of you. My dad was domineering. The media put me on a pedestal. I resorted to substances. Man, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Shout out to Shanithia. Let me get this up here. Let's go here.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia. She got something to say. Talib, Mel, Skip, Emery. I respect them because they keep it real. No one is perfect, but you can be consistent with your integrity. When people say we can just move on, no, they need to be held accountable for what they did to Shedeur and others like him. I agree. I agree with that. Also, put me in there. Put me in there, Shanithia. I've been holding it down for a while. Put me in. No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. That's why I say find the game that they're playing, and once you learn the game that they're playing, just don't feed into it. So if once we identified the people who are playing the clickbait game, don't click. Once we identified the people who are playing the game where they doing it for views, don't watch. Like, that's the way I believe you hold people accountable. I believe you hold them accountable by not playing the game that they're trying to play with you. That's why I don't say their names, content creators, because I'm not going to add their name to the algorithm. And y'all might say, well, how is it adding their name to the algorithm? Every YouTube live stream, once YouTube processes the video, it creates a transcript. You can search things and it'll come up based on the transcript of your YouTube video. So even saying certain content creators' names keeps them in the algorithm. That's why if you notice, I started to not even say their names and I just lumped them in as content creators because I don't even want them to be part of my algorithm. I don't even want to be part of it. And that's my way of holding them accountable by not playing the game that they're going to play. So shout out to Shanithia. I appreciate you and all your support. Talib is a chain snatching crash out. Yeah, he'll crash out. He said it. They so focused on putting the negative narratives that the fact that Shedeur said he feels bulletproof and whatever they had. Fasten your seatbelts, people. It's about to get dangerous. Talk to him, Black Pearl. Zoom. Airplane flew right past him. Flew right past him. They didn't even catch it. An addendum, Shedeur, Arch and I favor same height, but I am a lefty and with blonde hair, Shedeur. Arjizzle, did you see the ad he had in the Broncos schedule release? It referenced the Michael Crabtree moment. Oh, I gotta go watch that. I didn't watch no other team's schedule release. What is more harmful to these clowns is to simply ignore them. I agree. I believe that's how you hold them accountable. You hold them accountable by making them irrelevant. Make them irrelevant. Make them irrelevant. All right, let's keep it going.
What you think? Oh, yeah, no, I agree 100% with Lee.
Also, I'm going to tell y'all something. I was really surprised with how much I agreed with Kenyon on this take, but Kenyon is very closely, he has a situation with his son in the NBA, so it's very close to what the position that Coach Prime is in, and people are comparing his son to him and what they do and all that stuff. So I really like the approach he takes. So here he is.
Yeah, it pissed me off from afar. You know what I'm saying? It's not my son, but yeah, they just changed the C word that they, instead of cocky, they say, well, Baker's confident, right?
Right.
Yeah, they just switched those. But yeah, no, it's unfortunate, man, because it's supposed to be about your talent, right? Yep. It's supposed to be about the production that you have put on the field. And every step along the way, he's did that. Good kid, solid background, stayed out of trouble, did all the right things, said all the right things by every metric except the guys that's making the picks, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he is taking the high road that comes from his background, the way he was raised, his faith, his belief in himself, his belief in his ability, and never wavering. You can tell the confidence has been put in him through Prime, the way he approached his game, the way he approached his life. I think it rubbed off on the boys, especially in big moments, never waver. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I think, so, Lieb, so me having a son that played and I'm saying that made it to his highest level, and me being who I was as a player, right? Loud, boisterous, didn't take no shit. People knew this, right? I knew I had to change how I approached the situation and people, right? People expected me to be in the gym watching them loud, cussing, then something go wrong, they're expecting that from me, right?
Right.
I flipped it on them. Just sit there, cheer him on, ain't got shit to say to nobody.
Right.
Right? That's what they're expecting. Draft process, people saying this, he ain't ranked here, he this, they, like all these things. Hey, my message to him, head down, blinders on, you get as good as you're gonna get, it's gonna take care of itself. Mm-hmm. That's what Prime is telling me. Yeah. Head down, blinders on, you take care of your work and everything else will take care of itself.
And that's what he did last year.
Right? And the result was when he got the opportunity, he played well. And now he has an opportunity to come back to be the starter again, right? So the work has been done. Just keep believing in yourself and keep believing in your faith, and it's gonna work out for him. I'm almost positive.
I thought that was great. I thought he explained it well with how people would look at him as a player and how he played, and they were looking for him to be that way on the sidelines watching the son. And he was like, no, I just sat there quiet. I just watched. He beat them at their own game. He beat them at their own game. The game they wanted to play, he beat them at it. And now you just got to focus on what my son does on the court. Coach Prime was quiet. They weren't speaking. They weren't responding to all the trash people put out there. Coach Prime didn't say nothing until he was feeling better and he hit media row for the Super Bowl. Look what they said about Shedeur in that time where they didn't say nothing. They wasn't responding. And then every time one of his siblings wanted to respond, they act like the world ends. They act like it's all over because they're protecting their brother. So I like the fact that they are real and honest about how they would have dealt with it, because Aqib said, nah, I wouldn't have handled it right. And I appreciate that. Even if I wouldn't handle it the same way as him, I appreciate him being true to who he is and saying, this is how I would have handled it. I respect it. What is more harmful to, okay, I got that one. Yeah, after that, you high five them that smoke and then move on. Oh, you got to explain more, Maurice. You gotta explain more. There's power in ignoring them. I agree. Wait, what? No? Oh, I don't know what the no is for, Arjizzle. Tell me more. I'm lost. Kmart is saying what we expected former players like RC Jerry Rice to say. Men who have sons also trying to capture the dream of the NFL. Shedeur isn't a finished product either. Okay, got you. Yeah, I agree with that. Shedeur is definitely not a finished product. Early on in the process, early on in his career, very early. Their kids are totally different players. I agree with that. They are totally different players. I still like his perspective on it. I still like it. Shanithia says she got more to say, so that means y'all got to hear it again.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Off the Record D, where we going to read your super chats. Your voice is going to be heard.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia coming back. D is one of the few podcasters I respect. He keeps it real. No one is perfect, but you can be consistent with your integrity. When people say we could just move on, no. They owe Shedeur and others. I agree with that. I agree. And I think the way to handle it is handle it from a place of, handle it in a tactical way. Handle it in a tactical way. I see people try to get them to react to themselves like, nah. And I'm like, no, just don't react to them. Don't respond to them. Don't highlight them. Don't push them back in the algorithm. That's the way. That's the approach I'm taking, and that's the move. That's the way I'm trying to lead it. Just let them talk. Let them talk. Let them say what they're gonna say. Let them stay over there. That's why I had to show y'all, like with ESPN Cleveland, they was not getting no views. Let them go back to not getting no views. Don't listen and try to figure out, they saying this. I'm telling y'all, every 7 days it's the same play. At some point, you got to recognize what they're playing and let them stay over there with that. Let them stay over there with that. You don't got to get into it. You know what I'm saying? The lead content creator, you don't got to get into what she's talking about. It's just let them be over there. Let them be over there. What Big Pun say? Go that way. Let them go that way. Let them go back to how it was before. Act as if the Cleveland Browns act as if it's 2016 when nobody was looking at what the media was saying and talking about the Browns. Go back to 2016 with them. Support the people you support, who you believe in, and then the rest of them, leave them where they at. leave them where they at. Because I'm telling y'all, when football get here, I am not going to be responding to these people who don't know the difference between 11 and 12 personnel. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. They won't get me. Also, shout out to you, Shanithia. I appreciate you. Thank you. In the past, it was a great thing when you can make it happen when the game is on the line. Shedeur did that throughout his college career, multiple overtime comebacks. That was the blueprint. That was actually something that people would look at, and they started tracking stats of how you did in clutch moments. that was what people would look at. They started tracking stats on it, hyper focus on that in the NBA. They even have a clutch award. You would think that they would focus on that more, but they got so out of whack. If you look at, we always hear them talk about the comebacks with all these different guys. They always talk about, Atlanta fumbling it and the Patriots coming back, and they hype that up. With Shedeur, they talk about what happened before the comeback and then act as if the comeback didn't happen. So it's crazy how they do it. I always felt like they had a chance to win when he was playing. I agree with that. And they have even more chances to win now that they have upgraded the talent. Exactly. Boycott the revenue stream. That's it. That's why I've been slowly trying to break down the game that they're playing. If I show y'all the game that they're playing, then you can see how to not fall for it. So usually I would have did a stream like today on a Wednesday. Because that's normally how I do it. If you look at the Wednesday streams is kind of, since we don't have NFL right now and I don't have film I will be breaking down with y'all. On a Wednesday stream, I'm breaking down, hey, this is what the content creator is doing. So just go back and look at the Wednesday streams where I'm breaking it down every week. Like some stuff that I spoke on in this stream would have been a Wednesday stream, but we just had to get to it based on how things went. We couldn't even wait till Wednesday, but find the game they're playing, identify it, don't play the game with them. Don't play it. That's what I say. This is why the current group of microphones cannot handle a franchise QB. They don't know how to act right. They do not. I had to even stop going into people's comment section. I found myself going back and forth with the thumb thugs. Yeah. You can't be talking to the keyboard warriors. Every once in a while, I just kind of laugh and joke with somebody in my chat, but I don't have no feelings towards it, whether it's like a comment on IG, TikTok, whatever. But you gotta, if it gets to a point where you feel away, if you get a point where you kind of feel away about it, I would say the best thing, hold off on 24 hours. If you don't feel anything after 24 hours, let them people be where they're going to be, because that's something I pointed out during the season. They're doing it for attention. The people who say the crazy things, they're doing it for attention. They want people to respond. They want people to disagree. They want people to agree. It's all attention. So if y'all notice, I think it was Real Fresh Food said, if you need attention, get a dog. She said that during the season. And I said, yeah, it's when people jump in the stream, they want some love, they need a hug, and then they right back at it. So always identify what game people are playing and then decide if you want to play. People in the comments, they want to play the attention game for responses. Majority of the time, it's not worth it to give them a response. Just keep it moving. I look at comments and I just kind of laugh and I say, dang, you fell for that. I just laugh and say, you fell for that. So just identify the game, take yourself out the game. Don't play it with them. They have a loser mentality. Speaking on the Cleveland microphones, I agree. They're not worth your time. I agree. Back in the day, we didn't have QBR. We had third down, short percentage, and third down, long percentage. Rest didn't matter. Hey, man, that's why if you notice, when I talk about games in season, I'm always going to what you did on third downs, because third downs has got to have it downs. It gives you a good view of how the game went. You can just look at third downs. more you click trash you get. Sometimes you just have to clean house and take out the trash. That's it. Who we got next? Let's play a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with what both of them said.
Yeah, Cody.
Shedeur goes to Colorado, and with the help of Travis Hunter and his dad, he completely turns around that football program. He leads into their first winning season in 8 years, and you mentioned it. In his 2 seasons that he was there, he throws for over 70 touchdowns, or 7,300 yards, 64 touchdowns, and only 13 interceptions. And a lot of people had him as one of, if not the first quarterback taken in that draft. I know Mel Kiper, I know Skip were guys that thought he would be the first quarterback off the board, but the consensus was that he would be a first-round pick. Well, that didn't happen. Draft night rolls around, and as the rounds go by, and as the days go by, we start to see him falling more and more, and he ends up falling all the way to the 5th round. And not only did he fall to the 5th round, but he falls to the Cleveland Browns, who end up drafting him. And I've been in Cleveland before. It's an organization that does not do a good job of developing quarterbacks in their past. On top of that, they just drafted another quarterback in the 3rd round, and Dylan Gabriel 2 rounds ahead of Shedeur. So all of that is not an ideal situation for a guy to walk into. Then you fast forward to week 1 of the season. He starts out as the 3rd quarterback on the depth chart. But to Kenyon's point, doesn't complain, keeps his head down, keeps working, keeps preparing like a starter so that when he did get his opportunity, he went in there. Were the stats perfect? No. Did he struggle a little bit as a rookie? Yes, that's expected. But he showed flashes of what he can do as a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he did it without an offensive line and a receiving core around him that was up to the level that you need to show what you can do in the NFL as a starting quarterback. So all of that combined, man, I thought that was really impressive to see from Shedeur. A lot of guys would crumble in that situation. It's tough to keep a positive mindset as these negative things are happening to you. But the thing that stood out the most to me from that interview with Deion, and I love what he said, and it hit home now being a father, was that he said, as I was watching these things happen, it bothered me, but it didn't bother him. And he just kept his head up. And Shedeur even mentioned that when they interviewed him back in April. He said, look, I feel like I'm equipped to handle every situation now. In fact, he said, quote, I feel bulletproof.
That's what he said.
You're going to go through adversity as a quarterback in the NFL. You're going to go through adversity as any position player in the NFL. Now, it may look different from person to person, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is how you respond to that adversity. And I thought he responded very well throughout that entire situation, and that puts him in a great spot now. You have a quarterback competition in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson. If you win that competition, great. You now have 7 games under your belt. You know what you need to work on going into year 2, and you have the mindset and the mental toughness to lead that football team. If you don't win the starting job, well, you were just in that position last year, so you know how to continue to prepare as a starter and be ready for your opportunity if that time comes. So when you look at all of this for Shedeur this last year, it hasn't been ideal for him. It's been a tough situation to handle, but I think he's going to be better from it as he goes forward in his career.
Yeah. You just
love it. That's Cody Kessler. Cody Kessler, former NFL quarterback. He was actually drafted by the Browns back in the day. So that's Cody Kessler, former NFL quarterback. I like his breakdown. He went through all of it. He didn't skip through it. I just appreciate his breakdown a lot. The perfect example is the Dogs podcast. Now that you have opened my eyes, I see the rotation. Support Shedeur to get his fans viewing, then go rage bait until subject exhausted, rinse, and repeat. It's one of those where I used to respond to stuff with the Dogs podcast, and then I just stopped one day, and I was like, I'm falling for the cycle. I'm falling for the cycle of the game that they're playing. And now I try to, if I look at stuff and it's like sports or Cleveland related, I don't look at it through the lens of consuming content. I look at it through the lens of choices they make as a content creator. And when I do that, I see it instantly. I'm like, oh man, they playing the game again. So if you notice, a lot of people have been on the Dogs podcast a lot lately, highlighting everything they do. To those people, if you enjoy what they do, I would say go back to who and what they were last preseason and early in the year. And after you do that, let me know if you still view them the same way. just let me know if you view them the same way. Let me know. Let me know if you view them the same way. Because I just stopped. I seen the rotation. That's why everybody that speaks highly of Shedeur, I don't just go jump on the bandwagon and hype them up. I just don't go hype them up because I see the play. Oh wow. He was a 3rd round pick. He was pick number 93. 3rd round pick number 93. So once I see the play, I don't feed into it. I just see it and I'm saying, oh, I see what they're doing. You can go to my TikTok. I reacted to it's not anybody that's covering the Browns that was covering the Browns last year that I didn't react to at some point. If you go to my TikTok, go to the oldest. Let's do something. Y'all got a couple minutes? Let's do something, y'all. Y'all got a couple minutes. We can do something real quick. Let me show y'all something. It's a content creator game that's being played. So I'll show y'all. Let's go to oldest, and then let me bring this up. Let me show you. Let me not just tell you. Let me show you. All right, I don't like that look. Let's change this. I'm trying to see the content. Rows. We got 3 rows. 4 rows. So any content creator that is talking about the Cleveland Browns, at some point, I have reacted to what they do. That's why I said I played the fool last year, y'all. They're not giving me 2 years in a row, though. They're not going to give me 2 years in a row. They got me last year. They got me. All right, let me lock this back, and I'll just show y'all. So, I left all my old stuff up. I didn't take none of it down. You'll see this is pre Shedeur here when I used to go live on TikTok, stuff like that. Let's get here. This is around the draft and all those things. So now I'll start pointing it out for y'all. 92.3 The Fan. You see Tony Grossi. You see, what's his name? Chops. You see me reacting to Nick Wright. You see that content creator to the top left. You see ESPN Cleveland. See that content creator again. You see Spencer German from Locked On Browns. See that content creator again. You see Spencer German again. I can't remember his Browns latest. You see the Locked On Browns. It's not anybody who was covering the Browns a year ago that I didn't respond to. And this is in the moment. This is not me seeing it now and going back. This is me in the moment. Right here, you see the content creator and her compadres. You see more content creators, Spencer German again. See them again. See, I'm reacting to all of them. So it finally got to a point where I was like, I see the play. And since I see the play, I have to stop. I got to stop saying her name. So I know it's sometimes when people come in and they talk about this content creator, that content creator, this is me, RC, that's Bull, all of them. And it finally got to a point where I said, I can't play this game no more. This year, early on, I decided I'm not going to play this game no more. I don't care what these people go out there and say. I don't care what they do. They don't even understand football enough. They were talking about patting the football. They kept putting heavy emphasis on where Shedeur was drafted. They were doing all these things. And I was like, you know what? Year 2 will not be like year 1. So now let's bring you ahead. That's all the old stuff. So y'all see, it's not no content creator that covers the Browns. Sorry for that screen moving like that. That covers the Browns that I didn't respond to. Now, if you look, you'll see the switch up. I don't just put receipts on other people. I put receipts on myself. This is switch up. Now let's look. Let's see if we see any of those content creators. Are y'all noticing the change? You don't see one until you see Todd Monken. Are y'all seeing this? Y'all seeing it? Y'all seeing who I'm highlighting? Decision makers, players, coach. So you see it. It's there. It's in front of you. I'm not giving them the energy. I'm not giving them the shine. I will not assist them in the algorithm. I will not say their names. I will not respond to their content. Just like Shanithia said. Boycott. So we had a little time, so I just had to show you all that real quick. We had a little time because, you know, I show my actions, and then I want to come back and then show y'all in practice what I'm doing. So I show y'all in practice. This is what I'm doing. I'm not just saying, hey, I'm not going to talk about these people. I'm not going to show these people. I show you in practice that if you just, all you got to do is flip it. You go to my oldest, you see him. You go to my newest and latest, you got to go hundreds before you see him. So I do it in practice too. So there you have it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. Hopefully y'all did. Let me clap it up for y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. We got some good topics. That's why I named this Can We Talk? I knew we were gonna have a good conversation today. I knew we was really gonna talk a lot. So that's why I named it Can We Talk? And I ain't gonna sing it again because then our Jizzle gonna say who he was talking about. Let's wrap up the chat. Shout out everybody for the support, and then we're gonna keep it moving and enjoy the rest of our day. All right, let's go. Wow, even Cody got drafted before Shedeur. Nasty work. Yeah. And he was not the same caliber, I don't think, coming out. My personal rule, I refuse to argue with drunks, babies, and fools. All of the Cleveland media clickbaiters are fools. A lot of them are drunkers too. You said they got 2 strikes. Hey, you have to. Just pick a couple who aren't clickbaiting and leave the rest alone. I'm doing the same, protecting my peace in 2026. You got to. When I'm not watching OffThaRecordDee, I teach Black history, Genesis 2 and 13, Amos 7 or 9 and 7:15, Zephaniah 13:10. Let me screenshot that. Real quick. All right, I had to grab that real quick. Exactly, sis. That don't support Shedeur, they are no different than other content creators. Facts. They just disguise it to get Shedeur supporters' views. I agree with that. 90% of Cleveland media is blocked. They are not worth my time and intellect. Talk to them. D, put that clip up. I got you. I'll definitely put the clip up. I'll definitely get that clip up. I'll go and edit it. I'll make sure I put that clip up. Actually, I got it right there on TikTok. I could pull it straight from TikTok. But I'll definitely get that clip up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who supported the stream. Shout out to Tiger84704. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Shanithia with the double up. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I enjoyed this time. I'm still very excited about the Browns, and none of these content creators are going to take away my excitement. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Protect your peace for the next couple of days. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Thank you, and peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't have no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless.